guys, it's week 3 of our unusual series. We've been talking about David and how he was the unusual pick for king. Last week we talked about how he received the Ark of the Covenant and was unusually full of joy. Were you full of joy this week? Maybe you were at Summer Spectacular and just had a joyful week. It was full of joy. We had 6 salvations, 6 people that gave their lives to Jesus. How joyful is that? Today's main point is God does unexpected things. We're going to be talking about another story from David. First, I have this set of pliers. Here they are, but it's kind of an unexpected set of pliers. In it, it has this blade. There's also this nail file, and it also has a saw. There's another file. There's a screwdriver. There's so many other unexpected things in there. It's kind of like the story we're going to hear today about David. He was super excited to just have found the Ark of the Covenant back in his city. He had no idea that God had even more wonderful plans in store for us. If we follow and trust God, who knows what unexpected blessings might have in store for us. God does unexpected things. Pause here, read 2 Samuel 7, 1 through 14a, and then check out this video.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I had to. Wait, what is this?
Hey, sorry I'm late. I just had to, what's this?
I don't know.
Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Where in the world did this come from?
I'm not sure. It was here when I got here.
Unusual. It's not even my birthday. Dear Carl, you're doing a great job doing Grow TV. I think you're pretty fantastic. Wow, that's really nice. Should I see what's inside?
Why not?
All right. Oh my goodness. This is the most glorious thing I've ever seen.
That's pretty cool, Carl.
Hey, you need tape, Andy? Don't worry, I'll just grab it off my new Golden Dog tape dispenser. It's incredible. Best gift ever.
Anything else in the bag?
I don't know, let me see. Oh, I mean, it's just $500 in cash, but this tape dispenser, it's golden and it's a puppy.
That's totally you.
Yeah, I love it. But you know what?
What?
It makes me wonder, who gave this to me?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you want to jump into today's story?
Totally, can't wait. Where's it at?
2 Samuel chapter 7.
Are we still talking about King David?
We are. King David has a very busy and eventful life.
That's what I'm starting to realize. How lucky are we that we get to read all about it?
Very. Now, do you remember what we talked about last week?
Well, if I remember correctly, we were talking about how David and the Israelites brought the Ark of the Covenant back to the people.
That's right, and there was a lot of celebration.
Of course, having the Ark there meant that God's presence was always with them.
Absolutely. Now, having the Ark of the Covenant back meant David was thinking of it a lot, and he came up with a really good idea.
Chocolate fountain!
What?
Sorry, whenever I come up with a great idea, I just think of a chocolate fountain. Maybe some strawberries. Marshmallows. Using those little tiny kebab sticks to stick them in the chocolate. Oh, sorry, continue.
The great idea that David had was to build a temple.
A temple? That's it? What makes that so special?
Well, this temple wouldn't just be any temple. This temple would be built specifically for the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh wow, that makes total sense. I mean, the Ark is really special. It probably deserves its own space.
Yep, that's exactly what David thought, and God agreed.
Really? God thought it was a good idea too?
Yeah, God didn't need a fancy temple, really, but it would be a great place for people to come together and worship.
Wow, so they built a beautiful building so all of God's people can come and worship. What a perfect ending to a perfect story. What?
It's actually not the end of the story, Carl.
What are you talking about? They got the Ark, they built the temple, and a chocolate river is flowing down the middle.
No chocolate fountain.
Okay, well, I realized the temple wasn't perfect, but I mean, bam! Happy forever!
Well, God had a different plan.
Wait, You said God okayed the building of the temple.
I did, and God did, but it wasn't going to be David who built the temple. God said that it would be David's son.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. God knew that one day David's son Solomon would also become king, and he would build the temple at the right time.
I mean, I guess that's kind of neat, but I bet David was a little bummed.
Maybe, but he was thankful that God would give such an amazing honor to someone in his family. Even though he wouldn't get to be a part of it, it showed David that God would always be working through his family and taking care of everyone, even after his time as king was over.
Wow, I didn't think about it like that. I guess God always keeps us on our toes.
Yep, you got that right. God does unexpected things.
Yeah. Wait! That's our big idea! Our big idea today is God does unexpected things.
So let's say it loud on the count of 3. 1, 2,
3.
God does unexpected things!
Yes! God does. Yeah, God does.
All right, all this talk of chocolate fountains has really got me hungry, Carl.
It would be pretty cool, right?
Cool? More like fantastic.
You got that right. Wait a minute. Fantastic? You just said fantastic. That was a word written in the note. Andy, did you give me this gift?
You got me.
Why didn't you tell me?
I just wanted to surprise you.
Well, thank you. That was very unexpected.
Well, you know what else was unexpected?
What?
This right here. How's it going? See you next week, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
What a great, unexpected surprise for David. Now, let's watch this cartoon to summarize what we just learned.
David was the king, and he was a good one. He messed up from time to time, sure, but God knew David's heart was good. So God gave David victory over all his enemies. But it was during a time of peace that God showed just how good his heart really was. And God did something unusual. David realized that things weren't right. While he was living comfortably in a palace, the Ark of the Covenant, which represented the presence of God, was in a tent. David didn't like that. He thought God should have a great place to live. God liked the way David was thinking. So a guy named Nathan, who was called a prophet because he listened to God and told others what God said, told David basically, "You are on the right track, my man. God is always with you, and God doesn't need a grand house to be with you. Your job is to take care of your people, and I will help you." God told David that he would become a legend, and he would help his people have a more permanent home. The people of Israel had moved around a lot, and God now was going to give them peace and a place to rest. Because David had a good heart, God was going to make sure that his kingdom was a permanent kingdom. That means forever. That means like a really, really, really long time. And you know that house David wanted to build for God? God said it would happen for sure, but it would not be David who built it. It would be one of his children in the future. This was wonderful for David to hear because it would be such a big honor for one of his own kids to build God's house. So this story shows that when we start thinking about what we can do for God, we can trust that God knows better. So it's good news for us that God does unexpected things.
Let's see how well you were paying attention. True or false? David wanted to leave the ark in the tent. That's right, that's true. What was the name of the prophet that came to David? Did you say Nathan? Great job. God can do blank things. God can do unexpected things.